exciting me because I think we can get better. And guys know that they can get better. And I think seeing what Devin Hairston did in 1 week, from the ACC tournament to the regionals, I think that's motivation for everybody. That if I trust my coaches and listen to them when, Coach Williams did a phenomenal job with Funkhauser, getting him ready for this week, and Coach Snyder and Vrabel, obviously, we heard from Devin. So, you just want the players to trust us, and we're going to get after it this week. This is going to be a fun week of practice, and we practice fast, and we try to get a lot accomplished in 1 week of baseball. And as I've said many times, for me, I love it. I love practice, man. It's you rarely lose in practice, and you control everything, and so it's fun.
Do you have to assess where you guys are physically right now? Is that something you're going to do this week?
Yeah, we always do that. We talk to Pat Hassel, our trainer, Zach Farrell, our strength coach, and all the coaches, and we meet. And, we don't want to treat everybody like robots. Some guys need a little more rest than others. Other guys need to be pushed a little more physically because they haven't done enough. But, like I said, we made some good decisions going into the ACC tournament, and as we saw, they panned out today. Because for even Josh to get through the seventh, he hasn't gotten through the seventh many times this year, and so I just thought he looked really good. And yeah, tip your hat. I mean, their first baseman had a heck of a series, but just physically looked like our pitching staff was really locked in and ready to go.
Your three. You guys could have a rematch with Fullerton in the Super. Do you keep an eye on what's happening out west?
Yeah, I mean, knowing that you're playing one of those teams, I already spoke to Allman, one of our managers, and we're recording all the games, and now knowing that we're done, I mean, we'll really lock in on those teams out there. So yeah, it's just ESPN does a phenomenal job, and all the games are online and archived, and so it's good for us, but again, that everybody knows your weaknesses too, because all your games are on.
I know you're not finished, and you talked about the future and wanting to do more, but how do you put 5 super regionals in 9 years in perspective?
For me, great players. You got to have great players, great coaches, and administration, and Tom Jurich and Dr. Ramsey. I always say, if you want to be good in baseball, you can be good in baseball, but you got to want to be good first. And it's fun because before I got here, I was in back-to-back super regionals and lost in Game 3. So I'm always very appreciative that 2 wins away from Omaha. It's a good place to be. It's a fun place to be. I enjoy it, and the more I'm around it, the more I enjoy it, the less pressure I feel. And the more comfortable I get, and so hopefully that permeates throughout the players, and that they're comfortable and they enjoy it. This is why you play college baseball.
Do you kind of have to calm them down a little bit, knowing that they are just 2 games away from Omaha? I mean, it's in their mind. It's like, wow, we win 2 games and we're there. Do you kind of have to bring it back down to earth a little bit?
Yeah, but I think it starts with our coaches, and when you think of the pitching staff and the success we've had, obviously Coach Williams does a great job, with the pitchers, and like I said, the more I'm around it, the more comfortable I get, and so we always, we have a lot of catchphrases and sayings, and be where your feet are, and my message today in the meeting was just put your head down and stay focused. Don't look up and don't get caught up with all the excitement around you. And you could tell from talking to the players. It's a player's game, so if they want to dogpile and act like kids, they do it. If they don't. I don't ever tell them what to do, but you can see, and those that have been around a long time, I mean, it's a business-like approach. I mean, these guys are, as we keep saying, we've accomplished some things, but we haven't accomplished everything. And then all the players will say, "Yet," it's one of our slogans. Yet, we still got stuff to do.
How much easier does it make things when you get 3 great starts?
It's baseball. I mean, let's not make it more than it is. It's pitching. That's number one. You got to play defense behind it, and that was one of my comments to the team. We can get better. We played good defense at times. We didn't play great. But to win a national championship, you got to play great defense. And so, like I said, hopefully that's one of our chips on our shoulder going into this week where we come out with some focus to get better every day.
You talked about depth all year. I think you had like 12 or 13 guys score runs and the pitchers and all that. Just talk about what the depth paid off this week. How it paid off.
Every position player got to play, which is really cool, for them. But, as I said, we started 3 different lineups and, 3 different starters from one day to the next. And then, pitching-wise, we didn't use everybody, but, if you get into some long games or extra inning games or in a super regional, I guess you can play 3 games. So, we feel comfortable. It's why we've been successful all year on the weekends is, and if we have injuries or slumps or somebody struggling, we're able to put a really good player in there to compete. But you got to give credit to the kids. I mean, they buy in. They're not selfish. Baseball can become a selfish game. You could live in that batter's box and you can make it about you. But there's a lot of love. These guys care about each other and they pull for each other. Even the guys that are competing with each other, I mean, they really do care for each other. And I think it's a big part of the reason we've had consistent success all year.
A couple more for Coach.
All right, they're done.